I'm alive. It's like Groundhog Day, this, isn't it? But it's lovely, and I love the fact that we do 5 hours now for you on a Saturday morning. It's like a treat, isn't it? We used to do 8 till 11, now we do 8 till 1. So we've got this show now with our lovely Hannah demonstrating for you. We've then got Crafty Witches next, so you'll have to go over to liveshopping.vip to shop that one. Or Ian's with us today. And then at 12 o'clock, you've got Hannah and I with Christmas. Oh, you see the little shakers we've got on there. Not what you're used to. Something completely different. I've never seen them before, but they're amazing. Aren't they, the little shakers? They're coming in to join me.
Join you.
Lovely. Do you want to come on this side? Because you're guesting this hour.
I get confused.
Yeah, no, I can't. It's weird. I can't, because you can't get to the product, can you? Because the presenter stood in your way. Right, so first of all, where can you watch us and how? Well, let me tell you a little bit about Highlight Crafts, actually. So Highlight Crafts is run by a lovely lady called Stephanie and her husband Carl. And she's been in the industry forever and knows her stuff. And they decided a few years ago to open up another business called Highlight Crafts. And we just have a lot of fun, don't we?
Yeah.
We bring you fabulous products. We bring you deals because most of us craft. So we understand what you want as a crafter. And it's just a lot of fun. And we do live shopping Monday to Friday from 8 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Monday to Thursday, we do an hour in the evening, 6 till 7. And then on Saturday mornings, we do 8 till 1. And the best thing about it is, so my bugbear, Hannah, for the last 20 years of doing Create and Craft has been that we send our customers away from a visual channel to shop. Right? With live shopping, you can shop while you watch, which is brilliant. So you can watch us on YouTube, you can put us on your big TV. You can also watch us on our Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either of our social platforms, each product that we show you will have a code. So if you look at your screen right now, those 2 words that are in bold, that's what you type into the comments under the video. And very cleverly, that will automatically put that product into your basket. Couldn't be easier. When Stephanie was explaining it to me at the beginning, I was like, how does that work? How can you type 2 words in and it puts a product in your basket? That's incredibly clever, isn't it? Which is fantastic, but it does and it works. Then we're going to send you a direct message. When you open that message, you'll find a link. Click the link and that will take you to your basket on our website. What you need to do then, and this is really, really important, guys, is log in. If you don't log into your account, you don't get your club member benefits, okay? Which is discount on every single order, points, loyalty points back for every single £1 that you spend with us. And if you get that basket to over £35 after those discounts, guess who pays your postage? We do. It's good that, isn't it? Now, you can also shop directly on the website if you feel more comfortable doing that. Just go to highlightcrafts.com, click Watch Live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, all those items will appear down the right-hand side of your screen. You then select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they'll go into a little red shopping bag that appears at the top of that screen. And when you're ready to check out, click on that, and that will take you through that process. If you don't want to miss any of the shows at all, you can type live into the comments right now, and that will give us permission to send you a notification. We try really hard here at Highlight Crafts to not bombard you with email after email after email. So what we do is, if it's a scan and cut email, we send it to the people who bought from Scan and Cut. If it's a 2 Red Robins email, we'll send it out to the 2 Red Robins customers. So we try not to bombard you, because I know what it's like. I think I've got about 41,000 emails in my inbox. I know I'm being serious on my phone, and I need to go for that. I need to ask you a question. I might ask Andrew, because Andrew will know, because I'm deleting them one at a time.
You can select all.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Right. Told you. You know, when I say I don't do technology, I don't do technology. And also, if you really, really don't want to miss out on the deals, and a lot of you are doing this now, you can shop ahead from midnight. Right, let's say hello to a few people. So remember, Patchwork Guy Alan says, hi, there at Highlight Crafts, lost my scrapbook picture that I emailed in the other day. Showed it. Did we show it? We did show it. We did show it. So we've done what you asked us to do. Let's have a look. Okay, they were talking about MDF and instructions. There should be instructions on there, but it really is pretty easy to put together. Yeah, absolutely.
On the sheet, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I paid for my MDF ticket, but there wasn't the usual instruction download. All right, if it's not there, we'll sort it out for you. I think it was a bit last minute. Literally, the MDF came into our building at what, 1 o'clock yesterday, Sam?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, but I'll try and sort that out for you. Becky's not back in till Monday, so we can't do anything over the weekend. But it really is very intuitive because you've got a base, a back, 2 sides, and then your shelves, and there's a picture on there, and it tells you on the MDF, it laser etches it into it, which piece is which part. So it really is quite intuitive. I know I've just messed it up in there because I'm working back to front, and I'm like, oh, my pieces are already popped out. 1 piece at a time would be my suggestion. But yes, absolutely. And I'm sorry if you were a bit upset, Alan, but we did show you picture. Which show did we show it on, please?
It was the one with Stephanie and David.
Stephanie and David. So that was yesterday morning. 8 o'clock yesterday. Yeah, so watch it back and then you'll see a picture. Right, Hannah, this is a bit exciting.
Isn't it?
So tell me a bit about your journey with your scrapbooking and your journaling, please.
So for me, I mean, scrapbooking and journaling has always been a way for me to save memories. Because if anyone knows me, I'm a bit scatty and I'm a bit rubbish at remembering things. But I wanted to combine that with craft. And actually, for our wedding, my mum gifted me a scrapbook.
Right.
Now, I've always journaled and things like that, but the scrapbooking really opened up a whole new world for me because we're in this age where we take lots and lots of photos on our phone, it's accessible all the time, but then the phone and the photos just sit there.
They do.
We don't do anything with them. We don't sort of honour those stories. So I know yourself, Mel, as well, are really, really, really keen to get your scrapbooking and journaling. And it doesn't have to be this big sort of scary 12 by 12 page. It could be just a little piece, a few little elements together. Now, I've always been mixed media. I've always dabbled in lots and lots of different things. And for me, scrapbooking and journaling are a way to bring all those crafts together.
Yep.
Now, what we've got on today's show is something really, really exciting. So I'm speaking to you if you love your memory keeping, if you love making resin, and you might think, well, how do those go hand in hand? Because they are different ends of the spectrum here. But what we're bringing you today are moulds for your resin that you can make into journal covers. And that is so super, super exciting. So the first kit that we're going to bring you is our bookmarks. These are really, really fun. 2 of your silicone moulds for your bookmarks. Nice depth to them. I'd say they're about 5mm depth in there. So you can get things like your glitters, things like your papers, things like your florals and everything like that, and really create unique and personalised gifts. Included within the bundle of your bookmarks are, of course, your tassels. So this is really cute. Colours will vary.
I like these.
These are good.
Have you got your bookmark out?
Let me get it.
Can you go and get it? Because I think we need to see this. This is brilliant. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this. But this is this. Look at this bookmark. How beautiful is that?
And you can completely personalise it. So
I
if you
love
have
that.
dies with letters, for example, if you have vinyl letters, things like that, you can pop a little letter in there to personalise it and gift it to whoever you're bringing it to. Adding that little tassel just makes it something special. So here we've used some of the florals that are on the show as well. I've kept the resin clear so you can get that sense of the florals behind them there as well. But of course you can add your tints, you can add your colours, you can add your micro powders, you can add your glitters and really make it unique to you. And yes, absolutely, if you do like making to sell, brilliant. They cure a little bit slower because you haven't got that sort of large surface area for the chemical reaction to happen. But if you're using your Cadence,
I was just going to say Cadence resin. Is that if we got that on the show, Amber?
If it's not on the show, it will be on the website. Something
we get it added for us, please. Thank you.
Something like your bookmarks there will cure to be able to release from the moulds within about 4 hours.
Well, if you got your resin heat mat,
that speeds up the process.
I don't know whether that's back in stock yet, Sam. Is it?
Yeah,
is it? Is it back in stock? Can we add that as well, please, Amber?
It's on the 12 o'clock show.
Oh, it's on. Is it? Oh, perfect. All right. And the resin's on the 12 o'clock show as well, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
should be.
Yeah, double check. And add it onto this one as well, and then people aren't messing about. That's the easiest way to do it.
So if you've got book lovers in your life, being able to personalise this, perhaps you've got someone who's going back to uni, school.
Absolutely.
You know, just a little momentum that's tangible.
Or on a gap year.
Yeah.
You know, something from your family. You could put little photographs of all your family in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I love that as a bookmark. I think these as little stocking fillers at Christmas or table decorations for a wedding.
Could be a wedding favour, yeah.
Couldn't it?
You can have a little something like dried flowers from the bouquet, something like that.
Isn't that lovely? And you could put all sorts in. You could put beads in there, gems in there, a little bit of rice paper.
You absolutely could.
Would be lovely in there as well. I think what a lovely gift. And it's £13 for your tassels and your 2 moulds.
I know.
And your moulds are going to last you forever.
Yes.
So they're a tool. So sometimes when you look at moulds and you're like, oh, they're quite a high price thing. I mean, this isn't because it's $13.99. But sometimes you look at them and you think, wow. But they're a tool that you're going to last. They're going to last you forever. So it's investing in the future of your crafting hobby, I guess.
Yeah, it's really
But
lovely.
I love that. I think that's really, really, really pretty.
I love the fact you get a variety of the colours as well. Colours will vary on this, but do you know what? Mix and match them as well. You guys.
Yeah, 10% of this.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not either. Can I bring your other 2 over so you can demold them live?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
So the other things that we have on this show, brand new today, are your journal covers or your book covers. And again, these are silica moulds for your resin.
These are brilliant.
I haven't demolded.
When I first looked at them, I was like, what do I do with that? And then I thought, oh, it's got holes in it for a journal cover.
So here, the mould itself has those little
nodules,
little raised areas. You've got your classic positioning for your holes within this. And if we just peel this away, this I did yesterday afternoon. Oh, it's satisfying as well. Look how lovely this is. So you're creating clear, if you want to, resin journal covers.
Jonathan says he's planning on using PET stickers on the bookmark.
Oh, 100%, yeah, PET stickers.
Stickers.
Oh,
something coming.
Keep watching.
Daphne says, how rude. Computer kicked me off to update. Here now. Hello.
Well,
Lizzie Baynard says, I really struggle with resin, unfortunately. So hopefully I can pick up some tips and try again. So happy this is on. Well, we've also got resin at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we've got double whammy,
Those little shakers. I can't wait to see that.
Little shakers. So again, just using the Cadence Clear resin, some of the dried flowers here, I will show you how to make this one because we'll do that in this show. But when you demold it, again, I've left this overnight.
Isn't that fab?
Isn't it easy? And what I love about the fact you've then made a journal cover, if you've made it clear like this, you'll be able to see the first pages through. So that adds a layer of texture to the design. As Mel has said, photos in here, mementos, all sorts of really special things. What's lovely about the bundles is you get the 2 different sizes of the journal covers there with your holes in ready to go. You get a bookmark size as well, which is fantastic, and you then get your rings as well.
Perfect. I love these. These are really good on albums, aren't they?
Yeah,
you
fantastic.
Can put ribbons and all sorts of fibres around them and make it look really pretty.
With these rings, it's even better. So rather than having a fixed spine on a journal, what this allows you to do is not only take the pages out and mix and match them, but it allows you to fold your book flat.
Yes.
So if you're creating your mixed media within them, your art journals, things like that, perfect for that as well.
Lizzie, I have a question. I would like you to do a favour for me, Lizzie Baynard, please. Can you message in and let us know what you struggle with resin?
Yes.
So that one can answer that directly for you, because I think that's important. Because sometimes when you've done something for a long time, you forget the basics.
You
don't
do,
you?
you
forget
do.
to talk about the basics.
Yeah, you do.
So Lizzie, if you message in for me, please, and then we can absolutely make that work for you. But these are beautiful, aren't they?
They are.
Imagine
really.
that with some lined paper. Now then, we have on the show these.
Oh, okay.
Large one's gone.
Okay.
That other one's gone. This is your lined notebooks. Now, these are a silly price. We'll go to these in a little while. But you imagine that now. That could be a shopping list book. Let's turn it that way around. Look at that.
It's beautiful,
Isn't that lovely?
So
Gifts
simple.
for Christmas. I've been banging on about making my own Christmas presents this year, and I'm determined I'm going to do it. But I think this is fantastic,
This
isn't it?
really is. Now, a little
Really
tip
clever.
for you guys at home. If you are coming in for these and you can stretch to it, I would consider getting 2 sets of the bundles.
Because you can do 2 pages at once.
So you can do 2 pages
Front and
once,
back.
you can do front and back. If you don't want to do that, you can use sort of grey board or anything
Yes.
like that as a backing on that as well. But it's fun. I mean, glitter, for instance. little butterflies.
That's lovely.
Really, really simple.
Isn't that fabulous?
Just pouring the clear cadence glitter into there. Rainbow effect on that.
Do you know what would look amazing? Alcohol inks in the mould first.
Alcohol inks in the mould first. Create your own. Now I'm showing you clear just because we can then put the papers behind it and show you all of that. But use your alcohol inks. Use your resin colours as well.
Absolutely.
One thing that is to note on this.
She's back.
Oh gosh, every time. One thing that is to note on this, if you create this in an opaque colour,
don't you share
as I
your
point
resin
my
at me.
resin at you, it works as a dry board.
What's a dry board?
So you can write in your pens and then wipe it off.
Wow.
So if you want to do note taking or anything like that, so if you use like a dry wipe pen,
right,
you can write on it and wipe it off as well.
That's cool.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
that needs a little bit more
day.
curing because I've only just taken
Right,
it out
so
of
the
mould,
large
but-
ones have gone. We've got this set left. Is that right? Half of the stock of that is allocated. What about the bookmarks?
Bookmarks.
30%. Okay. Right. What do you want to do next, Hannah?
I think
Do you want to do hole punch?
I think do the hole punch, do the little hole punch.
Yep.
And then those kits at the end.
These kits at the end. And then we'll come over to demo.
Yeah.
Right, lovely.
Yeah, I'll go to demo.
Which resin are you using, please?
I'm using the Cadence.
Have we got those big bottles in stock, or is it the smaller ones? Can I just ask? Is it the medium ones or the small ones? Do we know?
We'll know in a minute.
Thank you. All right, lovely. Right, let's talk about this hole punch then. So this is something that you would use for your stationery to put, then you could put it into that binder. So you've got this fantastic, really sturdy punch. It has this piece that comes out at the side. So it goes in as a little runner like that, and you pull this out and it gives you all your different sizes on there. They're embossed in there. You can just see them there. So you'll then just take your piece of card, put it to the edge so that you know that it's lined up straight at the side, and then punch down, and it will give you, where's the box gone? Here. Tell me, doesn't show me, does it? Is it 3? Oh, it's a piece of card. It's easier to do it, isn't it, than anything else? I want to see how many holes it's got. How many holes? Let's have a look at this. So let's blind that up to there. Oh, that's easy. Blinking out. That's easy. It's got 4 holes. There you go. So you then can make your own binders. Now, it will work. No, will it work? No. It won't work with the large one because that's got 3 holes on it. But for your 4 holes, now I think this will go. Let me see how many pieces of card I can get this through at one time. Let's fold it in half because this was 216, so that's 432. That's 864. Let's see if it'll. Oh, well, it goes into the punch, which is the benefit. That's magic, that punch. Look at that, 4 layers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but watch. 4 layers.
Easy.
Now, these counters are high. I'll tell you a bit of a funny story. I used to work for a company that... Oh, look at that. That was a good guess, wasn't it? There you go. I meant to do something with that, hadn't I? I remember going into the Create and Craft studios, and the counters were quite high. The old studios on Newark Road. And they had to get me, because the counters were high. And the punches the punches that I did went through cards, so I had to punch from the top. They had to get me a box to stand on so I could get over the top of it and punch it down. That is a cracking piece of kit. It's metal. I'm guessing you've got a plate. Yeah, these under here will come back, and that's where all your little bits will drop out. That's a clever design. Look at that.
Oh, that's good.
It opens up and then just clicks back in place. It's got the silicone feet on the bottom, so it's not going to damage your surface. But look at the springs in there. Look at the mechanism in there. That's when and it's weighty, this. This is when you know you've got a good quality product. Those metal springs are brilliant. Look at that. And they release beautifully. This is absolutely something that you could use with your crafting. I love that. Shop for $19.99. That's bonkers. That's really good quality product. Now, if you do want to use these to put your pages in with your resin, this is a single hole punch. Thank you, Amber, I appreciate that. She just brought the resin in for us. But look at that, that's fabulous. So that will do 1 hole like that. So that just goes in between there and the bottom. Oh, that's cracking that. Let's see if it'll go through 2 layers. I love playing with punches have been my thing for a long time. A long time. Because I have that brain that thinks in shapes. Yeah, it doesn't like 4. So we'll do it on 2, possibly 3. I need you to know what you're buying, don't I? You're all laughing at me, but I do need you to know what you're buying. You want to know how it works, don't you? Right? See? Told you. Yeah, it'll do 3 layers. So it go through 648 GSM, that there. So that's a cracking hole punch, because then individually you can line it up on your papers and put them into those with those covers. Right, now then, let's have a look at this, because this is a lovely little collection. This is what Hannah used on the bookmarks. So you've got your little bits of bamboo and your little bits of almost like sisal in there. You've got your tags, you've got your little bunny ears, or your bunny tails. They're lovely, aren't they? You've got your string, and then you've got that lovely little pot of all those pretty flowers. Look how beautiful they are, aren't they? Now, I would have gone in a craft shop and I probably wouldn't have looked at that.
No.
But now I've seen that, I would absolutely. I think that's a brilliant, brilliant product. So if you want that, it is Shop Natural and it's $6.99. Oh, we've got stuff.
What we got?
I think we've got a bookbinding kit by the look of it. Look.
Oh, yeah.
This is cool. Have we got this, Amber? Oh, look, it's got the curved needles for stitching your books together. Look at that. It's like a surgeon's needle, that, isn't it? I like that. And you've got your string in there. You've got a little pair of snips. You've got a little ring. What's this for? Is this for a...
So when you're putting your needle through, you don't...
See, it's a good job you're doing this show, because I haven't done journaling. You've got a little stencil brush in there. You've got your bone folders and a little ruler. Clever. More string. That looks like a waxed leather string to me, that. You've got your regular... Oh, you've got needles. Look at those. Oh, they're nice needles. Did they ever tell you the story of the leather needle?
No.
So, you know the boxes that you can make where you stitch an elastic band in and you fold it flat and it goes into a wallet, and then when you pull it out, it pops like that? So I went down to the local haberdashery stall on Blackburn Market and I said, right, I need a needle that's going to stitch through like 4, 5, 6 pieces of card and an elastic band. She said, oh yeah, you need a leather needle. I went, okay. So she just got one off the shelf, put it in a bag, paid her. I'm walking home and I'm all the way home, I'm thinking, how on earth do they make a needle out of leather? that can't be strong enough. How's a leather needle going to go through card? I know, but it should have said a needle for leather.
I'm with you on that now. I would have thought the same.
Carol Lewis says this kit just needs a pinflair bookbinding glue. Yes, it does, Carol. You can get that on. In fact, actually, coming up next, we're going over to liveshopping.vip. So if you're shopping with Crafty Witches, you could go into the Pinflair brand shop and add that in. Right, now then, so resin. Now then, I want to talk to you about this Cadence resin, because this is, for me, is one of the best resins I've ever seen. So it comes in 2 parts and you just mix equal quantities. I'm sure Hannah is going to show you how to mix resin properly, but it is crystal clear. When Jane first tried this, and she came through on a Saturday morning and she had the magnolia from the mould, and the first thing I said to her, is that acrylic? And she said, no, it's resin, because it was crystal clear. You couldn't, honestly, it is a fabulous product. And do you know why? Another reason why I love it? The first 2 words on the instructions on the box is non-toxic. So you don't need a mask. You don't necessarily need gloves. Obviously, if you want to put gloves on because you're working with resin, absolutely. But it says non-toxic, and I love that. And if you're familiar with Cadence, you'll know that anything that comes out of their factory into here and all over the world is absolutely the best that it can be, because they will never compromise on quality, but the quality isn't reflected in the price. No. That's what I love really love about Cadence. They do incredible products. So what happens is they come up with an idea, they manufacture it, they do everything in their factory, from making the bottles, making the lids, printing the labels, putting the labels on. All of the product is manufactured in-house. And then any new products go straight to their academy, where Vera and her team test it all. Having been and met Vera, she will not compromise either. So they're a perfect working relationship. And it always, anything that you buy from Cadence is always that quality, that level of quality that you would expect. And their resin is no different. So it's an epoxy resin. At lunchtime, we're going to be showing you the UV resin, aren't we, in conjunction with it, which is super cool. So I would suggest you get this in your baskets. It's back in stock. It sold incredibly quickly when we first got it. So pop this into your basket. Shop medium, $29.99. Now it says 250ml bottles. That means you're getting half a litre because you mix equal amounts to get your resin. Right, Hannah, can you show us how to mix resin first of all?
Absolutely.
That would be great. Thank you.
So this is a really forgiving resin. It's equal parts, so the same amount as A, the same amount as B. I like to use a little plastic cup, and I am going to be weighing it on my scale. So I put the cup on the scales first and turn the scales on. And if I take the cup off, it will then register a weight for the cup. Okay, so you just want to make sure you're zeroing your scales to begin with. We're going to start with part A, and it's clearly labelled as part A. It's the black label for your Cadence resin.
Is that David's big bottle?
I am going to plead the fifth.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, do you know what?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Because it hasn't been opened.
So there we go. So when you first get these home, they come with a seal for transportation. I'm just going to use my pokey tool. Poke that up. And then pop and screw and make sure I screw that lid back on. Because you know what I'm like. Now,
yeah.
As Miller said, these are non-toxic. I personally like to use gloves when I'm making with my resin for no other reason than I am particularly chaotic and I will end up with resin everywhere if I don't wear the gloves. And it leaves kind of a sticky residue on your hands. So what I'm doing here is just squeezing the bottle gently into the cup. And it's weighing in pounds and ounces, which is delightful, but as long as I remember how many pounds and ounces, there we go, 2. So if I do 2 and 2, change it to grams, makes it easier. So now,
brilliant.
Now I'm going in with B. So I've just got to put £2 in B, haven't I? As well. I thought, gosh, I'm pouring this for a long time.
Well, Stephanie did the other week. She filled this massive cup with it, and then she had to keep going out and finding moulds to use it up. It was hilarious.
I think I might have just done a Stephanie as well.
Have you?
Yep.
Made too much resin?
No, you can never make too much resin.
No, there's no such thing. Right, so what's the working time, Hannah?
Working time, you're looking about 40 minutes. So a nice, generous amount of time to work for your resin there as well. And it will cure overnight. So you're looking about sort of 12 to 24 hours for it to set. You then need to leave it just that little bit extra longer because when you demold it, it still has a little bit of give to it as well. So we've got a huge amount of resin within our cup, and you can see it's crystal clear, but you can see there's bubbles in there already. Those will start to disperse as we begin to mix. Now when you're mixing, I recommend either a palette knife or a lolly stick, and you don't want to go in and introduce extra air. So what you want to do is gently stir, and you want to be making whatever tool that you're using all the way down to the bottom, because remember you put your A in first, your B on top.
Okay.
So it's almost like you want to lap.
Davina's wishing they could buy the big bottles. I will pass that on.
I get that.
Because I'd like to buy the big bottles.
Me too.
You'd buy the big bottles.
I would,
I think
absolutely.
quite a lot of us would.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get that as a product for you. It will be at least 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes.
Because if we've got to wait to put another Cadence order in, and then it comes by road.
It does.
From Turkey. Question.
Yeah.
Is the large bottles of resin, is that the large bottles of resin Hannah is using, please?
Yes.
It is. They're the large ones. We've got the medium for you today, but we will absolutely try and get that in for you.
So I'm going all the way down to the bottom of the cup. And I know it sounds silly because you might think, okay, well, it's a liquid, Hannah, so it will settle itself. But it's got a viscosity to it, so you do need to fold it into each other. And
it's a bit like meringue.
Yes,
you make
it is like
you
meringue.
fold it,
You're
don't you, rather
folding
than
it
stir
over.
it. And that's because it doesn't create as many bubbles?
Yeah, you don't want to be like stirring. You don't want to be bringing your tool out and then dipping it back in because you don't want to be introducing air to it. You also want to make sure you're getting your tool all the way down to the bottom of the cup and bringing it up. So mixing time for your cadence resin art is 3 minutes to make sure it's all completely mixed together. And what's really interesting, I know this is a clear resin, and I know this is going to sound really bonkers, but if you look at it, you can actually see the difference between the A and the B. There's a slightly different viscosity between them, so you can see them swirling together as you mix them as well. Once we are in a stage where that is nice and mixed, I'm going to call that time. I'm going to just scrape off the excess resin out of my tool. I'm not going to put the tool down somewhere where I'm going to put my elbow in it. Just lay it to one side. Because I'm using a paper cup, I'm going to pinch one side of it to form a pouring spout.
Yep.
If you did come in and get the pouring cups, we did have them a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Sam? With the little spouts in them. Those are brilliant. They might still be on the website. Now, I'm bringing in the book covers. I know these have already sold out, but I'm still going to demo anyway. If you've got anything in there, like little bits of dust or anything like that, it will obviously cure in your resin. So just clean your moulds out before you begin. And rather like a traditional mould where you introduce it to the middle, what I'm doing is pouring a layer of that resin, again gently, we're not going to go crazy and sort of dump it all into the middle and then scrape it about all over the place. Just gently introducing it and lapping through the areas there. It will find its own level. As we say, it's very viscous. It will find its own level as well. But you just want to make sure you're giving that an even pour all the way around. One thing to note, if you're making your journal covers and you're making bookmarks at the same time and you want them to match, pour your cover and your bookmark at the same time. It's just one of those, you know, you can, because it's resin and because it's unique, you're never going to get the exact same look. But if you're doing the two things at the same time, you've got a better chance of them marrying up and matching. I'm going to put my resin to one side out of the way, over there, near Sam, danger zone.
Amanda McLean Young has said, please put the lid down on the pot before Hannah knocks it over.
That's a good idea.
Thank you, Amanda.
That's why we have you guys. Now, there's areas on this mould where the resin hasn't quite got to, but I don't want to overfill it so it's spilling over, because we want to make sure that it's not coming over the top of those.
The nodules.
Yeah, there's nodules. Yeah. If it does, do you know what? It's not the end of the world.
Sand it back.
You sand it back, yeah. But what I'm doing is I'm taking the tip of my tool and I'm just encouraging it up, and because of that viscosity, as soon as it gets to the edge, it kind of hugs it, it kind of grabs the edge. Notice what I'm doing. I'm not sticking my tool in and marking the bottom of the mould.
Yes.
Reason being, these moulds are incredibly good and this resin is amazing.
Isn't it?
I mean, I cannot express enough how incredible this resin is. But if I was to go in with a traditional resin and push the liquid, any pushing that I do will result on a mark on the silicone, and that mark will then transfer to the surface of the resin.
Okay.
It's not as much of a problem with your cadence resin. It doesn't tend to happen, but you just want to be mindful that you're not scraping the bottom of your moulds with your tools or anything, okay?
Yep.
So in these areas where we need a little bit more...
You just carry on, Hannah. I'm going to go and see if I can find that magnolia that Jane did.
Yeah, please do, because that was so pretty. So here, where I need a little bit of extra resin, I'm just taking the tool. This could be a lolly stick, as we've said. Just scraping that surface around and then just feeding it into those areas, and just be gentle with it. I know this is very unlike me, because normally I'm a bit chaotic and everything gets a bit, you know, slapdash, but actually resin kind of slows you down. Just making sure you've got all of those areas filled into that last little bit, like so, and that little last edge there. Now we have got the aircon on in here, so it will take a little bit extra time to cool. The other thing to be mindful of is where you're creating with your resin, because you don't want dust getting into these, because as I say, it's resin. Anything that settles on the surface will show. Now here what I'm doing is gently tapping the mould. This is bringing up the air bubbles within the resin and just popping them on the surface. I have to say though, you get very, very, very little amounts of air bubbles. This resin is incredible. Now I have demoed resin for a number of years back in the day when I used to do Jewellery Maker and things like that. This absolutely surpasses any other resin I've worked with, and I have to say that it's incredible.
How?
It's just clear and it's just easier to use. It's so much more forgiving. You know, I'm not having to work against it or struggle with it. It also is crystal clear. And when I say crystal clear, some resins you do get almost like a tinge of yellow when it cures. Look at that. Like Mel says, it looks like acrylic.
It does look like acrylic.
It is
just try
so beautiful.
Without your hand underneath, because I need you to see that. Look at that.
Oh, that is stunning.
Isn't that amazing?
It is so
and that's
beautiful.
The Cadence resin. That's the quality of that product that you're investing in. And the other thing I loved about this was even when you've taken it out, if you heat it with a hairdryer heat gun, it will mould. So if you wanted to stick that onto something like a glass bottle, for example, you can wrap it round and you can stick it with the clear resin. So you can use your I love that. Good. I want to do it all up at the side of a mirror. That
would look beautiful.
Yeah, it would.
It would look stunning.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to introduce, and you might think, okay, Hannah, you're doing this in a really back to front way, but I've set my resin first. I'm then going to introduce my florals because I wanted to show you another technique with this. Okay. So I'm going to grab my florals. I'm going to think that this is the upside of the book, so I'm putting the florals facing up. And again, just a few. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I might end up doing the whole thing. Because I'm sat down in the crafty area now.
That was the quickest turnaround ever, that, wasn't it? They're from these, where were they from? They were from this little kit
dry flower kit.
Oh, flower kit.
Now, because resin, when it cures, is obviously going to be really, really solid, by leaving these florals on top, they will have an amount of adhesion to the surface there. But actually what we can do, if I just get these in place, again, just choosing the areas, nice dispersion between them.
So we've had a few comments.
Okay,
which
lovely.
Is great. So let's start back here. Davina's coming over to Rhodes for 2 weeks. She wants us to deliver it there and then she can take it back to Canada with her. I think that's brilliant. You could add battery LED lights into the resin to make the bookmarks special and personalised. You could, Alan. Great idea on the light, says Davina. Do you fill just below the top, Lizzie is asking?
Yeah, it depends on what you're putting into it, Lizzie. Because obviously if you introduce anything into the resin, it's going to increase the volume of the resin. You want to fill it just a couple of mil below the top. The actual moulds themselves, these ones we're working with, are about 5 mil depth, so plenty of space for glitters and things like that. If you are choosing to use glitters or photos or things like that, with this resin you don't need to sort of, a lot of resins you need to kind of paint the photos and things first with the resin before you put them in. You don't need to with these.
Lizzie wants to come and attend a masterclass with you, Hannah.
I don't know about that. My goodness. I just play.
We do occasionally we do like retreat days, don't we?
We do retreat days. Yeah. I mean,
David
is
our
just play.
cadence specialist, isn't he?
He is, absolutely.
And question. Can you get any more of those flower moulds back in stock? I will ask the question, but you need to shop while we've got them. If you know, Sam's looking curious, Sophie.
She's thinking.
So I'm going to start introducing you to the team. Sam is our warehouse manager, and she is one of the most efficient, effective and wonderful people I've ever met.
She really is.
Genuinely. You ask her to do something, she just does it. She goes out of her way for everybody. She's incredible. Carol Lewis says, and you get cat hairs for the finishing touches.
You do, absolutely. Cat hair is glitter for cat people.
What?
I mean, we joke, but actually, one of the things, you know, back in the day, you can, and a lot of people do memorial jewellery and things like that.
Well, a baby first lock baby's hair.
Absolutely, really cute, really cute. So once we got to the level where you've introduced whatever element it is that you're doing.
I have to tell you this though, because Sam doesn't craft.
No.
But she sat there and went, oh, I could put fur in
You
from
could.
the rabbit.
You could.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's losing a lot of it.
Oh,
Is he
bless
losing a lot of
him.
it, or is he
It's
molting?
season.
Murder, isn't it, when they molt?
You could shave him. You can't. Don't shave the rabbit.
No, please don't.
Don't shave the rabbit.
Right, I
I'm
need to tell you,
joking.
50% of bookmark is allocated, 35% of natural is also allocated, and 20% of your 4-hole punch is also allocated. So congratulations.
That's really lovely, guys. And do you know what? Please, 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 I'll put a little plea out there. We love to see what you make.
Yes.
So if you do create something with this, I would personally love to see. So pop them on the Highlight Your Creativity group.
Yes, please. That would be lovely.
Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just gently tapping those flowers down. This, I know it looks like a long sort of process, and you might think, why didn't you just sort of pour the flowers on and let them fall where they settle? But it's actually really hard to get a random looking pattern without it looking placed. So by doing it this way, we can choose where our colours are. Same with glitters or little embellishments or stickers or whatever it is. Remember, we don't want to tap the tool down so far that it hits the bottom of the mould, because you don't want to damage your mould. But here, just gently tapping. Now you see the depth of the mould isn't deep enough to encase those florals.
Right.
But I will show you how we can absolutely get those covered in resin as well. So back on with the gloves. Which way round do these go, Hannah? Oh my goodness. Not that way.
I'm not good at gloves.
No, I was like, oh, back to front.
Me during lockdown trying to dye my hair. It was hilarious. It was everywhere because they weren't gloves like that. They were those plastic ones, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do my hair with that?
Okay, so back in with the resin. Remember, we've got about a 40-minute window to work with these, so really long open time for this. And what we're going to do is just scoop up a little bit of resin on the end of our spatula and dip it onto the floral.
Okay, Alison Horn says, Hannah is very modest. I have done a great workshop with her in the past. She's fab.
Alison.
And Daphne Rogers says, Mel, I agree. Sam is efficient and effective. You can tell from the way she packages my goodies with love and tender care. Thank you,
that's
Sam.
Lovely.
There you go. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Yeah, absolutely.
That's really lovely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we have a great team here.
Amber.
Do you know what Amber's... I was just about to say, do you know what Amber's strength is? Amber's strength is being able to, for me to be able to go to Tesco's and buy a box of thick chocolate biscuits and they'd be gone within an hour. I went to get one. I went, are there no biscuits left? She went, no, I just had the last one. I thought, no, you haven't just had the last one. You've had all of them. And it drives me crazy because she stays nice and slim.
I know.
I look at a box of biscuits like that and put half a stone on. It's not funny, is it?
It's not fair.
It's not fair. Man, you, to be fair to Amber, she does do and Sam, they do a
lot
of
of running
steps
around
in the day,
Yeah,
don't
they really do.
So you're just literally putting a little bit...
Just a little bit on each floral.
Okay.
Now what that's doing, it's going to make sure it encases all the petals. So even if you've just touched the resin onto those petals, it's going to harden them when it cures.
Okay.
So you've got choices here. You can leave the book with the petals exposed and hard, so you get a lovely texture on the front of your book. You can sand it back if you want to, so it's all sort of one level. You can, once you've taken and demolded, you can use a UV resin or a doming resin and just gently apply that to the top to bring the level of the resin up and encase the flowers totally within resin as well. So there we go, that one's set to one side. Again, just little things. If you're putting it to one side to then cure, what you want to do is put something over it that's going to stop any dust getting on it. So we've got things like, you know when you go on a picnic or you have your summer lunches and you get those little tents, you know the tent, Sam, that you put over food to stop the flies getting on it? You can use that for your resin. That's a great way.
We had some of those on the show
I
the
thought
other
we
day,
did.
didn't we? With the heat mat. They're
Yes.
not like the green ones.
Yes.
It's shaped like a crescent.
Yes, and then by covering your resin whilst it's curing,
Bear with.
it will, with the chemical process, create a little bit of heat. It will contain that heat and it will cure it faster. There you go, that's it. Exactly that.
So if you've got the heat mat, we're going to try and sort that out for you for 12 o'clock. This is what you put on so it keeps the heat inside because it's insulated. Look. What a clever idea
That is a really good idea.
Also looks like one of our cameras, that.
Doesn't
Not
it?
cameras, lights.
Lights,
even.
yeah.
Look at that.
That is good. That is
That
really
will
good.
sort those out. Have we any of these left, you know? So, oh, right,
No, Sam
12
says we
o'clock.
Everything's on at 12. Come back for 12 o'clock. We then leave it alone, okay?
Okay.
We don't do what Amanda did
And stick
yesterday.
your finger in it.
She went, oh, Hannah, that's lovely. When did you set it? So that is now immortalised Amanda's palm in my book cover there. But again... but I wanted to show you how it looks if you introduce your coloured inks and stuff. So we're talking about dry wipes and things like that.
Nice.
That, because you've now got an opaque background, so you can see my hand through it, makes your rice papers then pop. Pop your rice paper on top of this, layer of resin again.
Hole punch to put your holes in.
Hole punch to put your holes in.
Love that.
Perfect.
Daphne says, Mel, that was Sam. Cameron says, the whole team at Highlight are amazing. Nothing is ever too much trouble. Simply the best in the business. Thank you ever so much.
That's lovely.
We do work very hard and we love it. Mel is the best and professional presenter in the world. Yeah, I don't know about that. But thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm not sure after this week's shows whether that's true or not. And in the world, and Hannah is doing an amazing and professional job as well.
Thank you.
Diane says, totally agree. Daphne Rogers says, I went to Hobbycraft website and when I click on it, they say they ship to Canada. If I buy Mel, I'm reading it the way it's punctuated. If I buy Mel, who would be shipping Hobbycraft? Or it's right. So here the thing is, Hobbycraft have stores on the high street, okay? And you go on their website, and that's their website for their stores on their website. What they've done recently is they've bought channel number 97 on Freeview, and they are opening up the doors of the Hachanda studio. I'm all right to say that, aren't I? Yeah. On the 4th of September. And they're doing Hobbycraft TV, which is very exciting because not only will you see a lot of the brands that you used to, and we will be doing it as well, but you'll also see a lot of their product on there. Now, I don't know whether they're going to ship to Canada, but we ship to Canada, don't we?
Yeah.
So we can ship to you, that's not a problem. But if it's about whatever it's... Yes, Hobbycraft will ship to Canada, I would have thought. So the way it's going to work, well, certainly for us, and I should imagine for all the companies that are going on there, we will what we call direct ship. So we'll go down to Peterborough, we'll do the show, the orders will then be sent to us, we'll pick and pack them and send them to you. It's not Hobbycraft. Hobbycraft hasn't got a warehouse where they hold all the stuff that's going on Hobbycraft TV. I hope that makes sense. So when you're buying something on Hobbycraft TV from us, we will ship it directly. If you're buying from another brand, I should expect they will ship it directly too. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a different thing. So I would wait until the 4th of September and then just see what the rules and regs are on that, because I'm sure the presenters will have been briefed properly on that. It's very exciting though, isn't it? But I also do need to just reassure you that nothing's going to change here.
No.
Okay, we'll still be doing your shows in the day. David and I will be doing bits of Peterborough, as will Lily, as will Hannah probably, as will Diane, Stephanie. But it's not going to be, this is the main business, which is really important. Can I just do a quick one on this, because this is already allocating, and I think if you are getting those, if you've got those book covers, this is going to be perfect. So in here, you're going to get 10 of your pink, the lined books with your pink covers. Now you can literally take the staples out of this, cut them down with your trimmer, pierce them with your hole punch, and you can use these inside of those resin covers, which I think will be lovely. You're going to get 10 of those, which is incredible. Also, if you like bookbinding, you can use these as your signatures rather than, so when you see bookbinding and they have these separate little, almost like a separate little book in itself that you stitch into the main book itself, that's what they call them, signatures. Well, you take that, you've already got them ready for you, haven't you, there? But this for me is the bit, because I cannot get my head around how we do a good quality artist cartridge paper, and we're giving you 10 of these as well as the 10 lined one for $9.99. That is lovely. If you want to art journal, this is a perfect paper for that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't put anything like a spray on it, like a mixed media spray, because it's not heavy enough to hold that fluid. But if you just want this as a notebook, these are brilliant. $9.99 is going to get you 10 of those and 10 of those, so you're getting 20 in total. So each one of those is costing you 50 pence.
That's
50
silly.
pence. Good that, right? Get those in your basket. Shop sketch. Right. Oh, hang on, I'm getting... Oh, bookmark next. Let's have a look at this, because this has been really, really, really popular. That's gone. Has the medium one gone as well?
Yeah.
Right, those two have disappeared. We'll have to see if we can get you more of those. And this is the thing, I just want to say to you all, if you see something on a show and you want it, please put it in your basket and check it out. We were inundated yesterday from people saying, oh, well, I saw it on the show on Monday and then it was in my basket, and then I came back to it today and it's not there. Well, that's because someone's nicked it out your basket. And then also think about when you go and do your supermarket shop, right? On the end of the aisles, they will always have the end cells where they put all the product that's on a special deal. Now, if you go into Morrison's, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, wherever on a Monday, and they've got Nescafe or whatever kind of coffee on an offer, you're not guaranteed that that offer is going to be on the day after. So we have to switch up the offers all the time. So please, 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 and I'm saying this as a crafter, not as somebody that's coming and selling your product or demonstrating. I'm saying it as a crafter from me to you. Please don't wait, because those deals change all the time.
They do.
And you need to get them while they're on. Right, if you want this, you're going to get your 2 molds. These are going to make your bookmark, which is absolutely beautiful. You just grab yours really quickly. And then you're also going to get these lovely silky tassels. Now, sometimes when you get tassels, they don't hang like that, do they?
No.
They hang at weird angles. These are absolutely lovely. And they will just thread through that little hole. And then you will end up... They are really smooth. Look at that. You'll end up with a beautiful little bookmark like that. If you make and sell.
That's cute, isn't it?
This is quick and simple, isn't it? At 12 o'clock, we will have the resin mat on, the heat mat. I need one of those.
Absolutely.
We'll have the cover that goes over the top. And we're going to do shakers with resin.
How does that work?
How does that work?
How does that
You'll
work?
have to join us at 12 o'clock to find out about that. Now, this has really impressed me this morning, because I took a piece of card, and you watch me do it. So that is a piece of card folded in half. Tell I enjoyed this one, didn't I? That's when I tried to do 4, which was a little bit too much with the single hole punch. But look at this for a punch. Pop it in there. You've got this little line that pulls out, so you can line up A6, A4, A5, etc. So you know that those holes are going to be in exactly the right place. But look at that.
Easy.
It's so easy, and it punches beautifully. Now, if it'll go through that weight of cardstock, I wonder if it'll go through like a thin grey board.
I would
Like
say
a
yes.
cereal packet kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Don't use your cereal packets for scrapbooking, please, because it's full of acid. You don't want to be doing that. But that, as a punch, is just... that's amazing to me. This is as good as the EK Success punches used to be.
Okay, yeah.
And that's a big statement from me, because I was obsessed with those punches. They were around at the same time as Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart had really pretty designs, but they'd only go through thin paper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, come and buy these, because they're blinking brilliant. And they were, yeah, I'm sure they're still made somewhere in the world. But yes, absolutely great opportunity to get that. And although it's a 4-hole punch, you can make all your, I would make books.
Oh, yeah.
Put the Polly Pockets in and use it for all my indexes.
Do you know what I would put in it?
What would you put in it?
Vellums and acetate, construction acetate as well. So you've got different textures. But
Yes,
that will punch
absolutely.
through the construction acetate as well.
Will it?
I would say so, yeah.
Do you think?
I think so, yeah.
I'm going to try that. I'll let you try that. Yeah, might do. Anyway, right, now we're going over to liveshopping.vip. We've got Ian with us from Crafty Witches. He's been busy setting up, so please come over and join us there for an hour. And then don't forget to come back at 12 o'clock to Highlight Crafts. Wait till you see those acrylic shakers. I couldn't get my head, because I don't have pictures, I couldn't visualise how it works. So I'm as excited as you are. So I might need to borrow Amanda's wet floor sign.
Okay. we can arrange that.
I think we're going to need to sort that out for 12 o'clock. So please make sure that you come and join us on liveshopping.vip and support Crafty Witches. Our lovely Linda and Ian. Linda's having a day. I think she's in Weatherspoons already.
Probably,
She will be. She'll be having on the third pint of bitter. And we will see you on the other side of that wall in about 4 minutes' time. See you in a bit. Bye.